know we're gonna be late, right?
We have like 5 minutes.
And 2 minutes.
Oh gosh, gotta get going.
And the worst part is we're not even like dressed for this.
That's okay, we'll get this really soon.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Marywood campus. We are so happy to be back, and hopefully everyone had a nice and restful Easter break.
I know I definitely rested this over break. Just remember, we just barely have 3 more weeks until summer break.
And Marywood community, you got this.
Also, I'm sure our crew is looking forward to taking a break from filming our show nearly every single Monday.
We really love our crew. The show isn't for a class, it's all optional. So we really owe it to everyone who is here just for the fun and the experience and doing us a favor almost.
And this is our 9th show, which means this is almost our last one before the season finale.
And with the season being almost over, we really wanted to let you in on a little secret.
Some may not realize that this show wouldn't happen without all of our crew.
And we aren't just talking about our sound guy, Marty, but he is amazing. But he is only one of the very many amazing people on this team.
Yeah, we also have a director, teleprompter, camera operators, and so much more. Let's actually take a look at our other crew.
Hey everybody, it's one of your hosts, Rachael from Late Night Marywood. I'm actually standing in front of the elevator that Ann and I go down right before our live show. But as Ann and I were just saying, a lot goes on in Late Night Marywood. It's not just me and Ann getting on that elevator and putting on a show for you guys. It's so much more. We have amazing crew behind the cameras, in the control room, doing it all. So I really, since we are coming to a close on the season, I really wanted to go around and try and find some of them and introduce you guys to them because they are fabulous. So let's go try and find them. I see our 2 very important people, our sound guy, Marty, as well as Kyle Klaus, who's our executive. So let's go on in. Hey, you guys.
Incredible band. Suck. No, Dave Matthews Band is best.
What you guys doing?
We're talking about Dave Matthews Band and how much they rock. So
Kyle is our executive producer, one of them, and he also fills in wherever we need him. So if we need him on camera or we just need him taking photos of the segment, it's great.
we're looking like this guy right here.
Just that guy? No. Who's that guy?
That's Mr. Alex Turner. He's a fashionista.
Fashionista? You're a fashionista, Kyle.
Thank you.
What's your favorite part about L&M?
I get to work with this guy called Marty Monahan, and he's just an incredible sound guy. He's so good at it.
Oh, Marty is our audio guy. He's one of the best.
Agreed.
What do you love about L&M?
My sound effects.
Your sound effects?
Oh, yeah.
Because I just throw them at you every single Monday night.
Yeah, it's pretty great, actually.
Do you want to say what you do a little bit?
Yeah, basically I just run all the effects and all the audio for the show. And I played on the intro theme and the outro theme as well. Yeah.
Great, so we just met Kyle and Marty, and I think, yes, if I'm correct, we have 3 more people from our crew, so let's go in and say hi. Hey, you guys.
Hello.
Are you guys busy right now?
No.
Always. We're filming for L&M, so I'm going to introduce you guys. This is 3 very important people on our crew. We have Bethany Wade.
Hello.
Bethany, what do you do for L&M?
I am the line producer, so I make sure that we run on time.
Bethany's awesome because she does like 3 jobs at once for us, which is great. So if I need her to line produce or I need her to do anything, she's always on top of it.
Basically.
Jess is amazing, and so is Rachael. These 2 girls, like, they do everything for the show. So, oh my god, Jess, tell them what you do.
Well, I'm the host of the show. No, not really. I like being behind the camera. I am the technical director for the show. So we get there, I set up the cameras, make sure they look okay. make sure all the graphics are okay with Rachael, and then just make sure all the technical stuff is good, audio is ready and everything, and just get everyone prepped.
She also switches all the angles by pressing a simple button. She's amazing. Yes. Everything is just done in one touch. And this girl here, oh my gosh, she is not only our director, but she's also our executive producer for the show. Say hi, Rachael.
Hi.
Tell us what you do.
Well, I do direct the show with Jess, so I work with Jess. We get the shot set up, we set up cameras, we go over the order of the show, what you're going to be talking about, and then I also kind of just help produce it. I help edit the scripts, I look at the content you guys are covering, and yeah, I just sort of make sure everything runs as smooth as possible.
We wouldn't have a show without these three amazing people. Aww. And now you know who is behind it. So it's not just me and Anne all on camera. We all have a very specific part. And I love you guys for that.
We love you.
Okay, I'll let you guys get back to work because we do have a show to produce on Monday. Thanks, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
So sadly, I couldn't chase down all my crew members with their busy schedules, so let me introduce you more important people on Late Night Marywood to you.
Behind our cameras, we have Kirsten Wilson and Ashlyn Gallagher. They are just the ones who make us look good, so shout out to you.
Dylan Wright is another talented man, and many of you may know him from On Screen, a podcast actually featured on The Woodward, and he is actually another one of our line producers, so he does help Bethany make sure that we are on time during the show, so thank God for him.
And Anthony Azizio is actually doing his job right now because he is working our teleprompter. We promise Rachael and I don't remember what to say on the show, so Anthony's another one who makes sure we know what we're saying.
Manny Duran is actually new to the Marywood family, and thank God, because we're so glad, because he does such an amazing job as our stage manager, and he communicates with Jess and Rachael in our control room to make sure everything is running smoothly right here in the studio.
Last but not least, we have John Ferraro, who works all of our graphics and makes sure all of our guests have their names correct, appeared for that lower third.
We are really appreciative of everyone on this team, and we cannot thank them enough.
Of course, our viewers are pretty awesome too.
Of course they are, Anne, but let's not get too sentimental just yet because we do have one more show and we have to get through the rest of this show too. So stay tuned. Everyone will be right back after this.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly,
disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent. We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness. I am a witness. I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
So who's gonna do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Welcome back, everyone, to Late Night Marywood. So lately, everyone has been obsessed over the new Starbucks special drink, the Unicorn Frappuccino.
Yeah, everyone is seriously obsessed. You see everywhere on social media, and I did get to try it, and I agree, like everybody says on social media, it's super sugary, and it's pretty much like an orange creamsicle and sour Skittles mixed together, like a mango.
Could you just like imagine walking into like class one day and having it and be like, yo, I'm ready to work because I'm a unicorn.
Or showing up late to class and your teacher's going to be like, yeah, you were late to class because you were getting that drink.
Pretty much. I sadly did not get to try it though.
That's because it was sold out.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Everywhere it was sold out. But I think it would be hysterical. But yeah, I didn't get to try it. And I'm really mad because I was very much looking forward to it.
I'm sure the next time you go to the dentist though, your dentist will be like, I know Rachael did not get to try the unicorn frappuccino.
Thank God. And everyone on Instagram has been posting about it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Instagram, Snapchat stories, and I also saw on Facebook that somebody had posted this meme, and it says that 3 Snicker bars is the equivalent to the amount of sugar that's in that unicorn frappuccino. So that's pretty extreme, thinking that, wow, I'm drinking this frappuccino right now, and it's the equivalent to 3 Snicker bars.
It's definitely really pretty. It's really purple but bright, and then I like how it has the little like blue in the middle, but I don't do like sugar at all. I'm not like a big sugary person, so I just stick to my coffee.
Honestly, same. So I did see that meme and also on Instagram everyone's posting about it, and I think it's pretty extreme when you think about how sugary it is, and the nutrition facts label, which has that 80 grams of sugar. Pretty extreme.
I'm sure that our nutrition friends would agree that it's probably not the healthiest, so nutrition majors, look out for that.
But our business friends would probably think it's a great marketing plan because everybody wanted to go to Starbucks to try it out, and everybody is sharing it, so that's free promotions. It's a great marketing scheme to have their customers try that drink.
It's funny because we always come back to talking about Starbucks or coffee or anything, but it is a necessity. I wish I really did. I wish I got to try it.
Yeah, you're so right. We're going to take a break, but we'll be right back.
So who's gonna do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Alvin and the Chipmunks want to remind you, bacteria can hide in food and make you ill.
Wow.
But you can keep bacteria from ruining your day with 4 simple steps. Clean.
I'm waiting for the rinse cycle.
Separate. Cook. And chill.
We chipmunks are notoriously tidy.
Check your steps. The road trip to food safety starts at foodsafety.gov.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape.
consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Right, mi cariño. So like I said, everything I learned about cooking, I learned from Grandma's empanadas. Shall we go again?
Yep.
Mix beef with the onions with the peppers with the paprika with the garlic with the oregano with the cumin. Got it?
Got it.
Throw in the olives, stir, stir again, pour out the flour, roll out the dough, make a circle, drop in a fistful of filling, fold over, press down, and ta-da!
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Welcome back to Late Night Marywood. Tonight's first guest is a Marywood broadcast journalism student. He has been on staff for the sports editor for Marywood's news source, The Woodward, for 3 years, and he also has been the sports anchor and a beat reporter for TVM-News. Please welcome John Ferraro.
We are so excited to have you. Very many things. John is the person that we introduced on our crew, but we'll let him speak for himself. John, tell us a little bit about yourself.
It's weird being in front. I'm normally behind the scenes, and I'm normally doing, I guess, the dirty work. But now being in front, it's kind of it's interesting being interviewed for something. I've never been interviewed for anything
all
before.
These lights, so
lights
bright, right? Yeah. So tell us, what is it like being a Marywood student? I'm sure our audience wants to know.
I was originally a math major, as you both know, and I found my passion in comm, and it's been amazing. It's been a great experience getting to know people, getting to collaborate on projects, on the Woodward staff. Yeah. And the comm department just kind of, well, Dr. Watanis, she's a professor here, and she kind of got me to go to the dark side a little bit. But it's been great, and I wouldn't want it any other way.
So as being on the Woodward staff, you're now the sports reporter. How has it been kind of like developing and growing kind of more of your knowledge for sports as you already love it?
I wasn't covering Marywood sports as much when I first got the position. I don't know if it was because that I didn't get great mentorship at first, but then once I got my rhythm, I really just fell in love with writing about national and Marywood sports. And I really wanted to kind of take over the Marywood sport market and make it my own. And we've done that this year with the Pacers Sports Report every week. We've done it with the website. And it's been a great way to enhance me as a reporter, because I'm not just writing about national sports, because I loved national sports, but now I know a lot about Marywood sports. So I'm controlling a market that's local to me, but I also can write about national topics too.
Yeah, that's really great. So what are some things that you're learning, I guess, over there in the sports of Marywood?
That sports, no matter where it's played, no matter the stage, D1, D2, this being a D3 university. D3. This being a D3 university, it's fascinating that anything can happen at any level. It's not just where you see on ESPN or Fox Sports or NFL Films or CBS, something magical happens. Something magical can happen here on campus. And it's crazy to think that you can write about history being made, conference titles being won. It's a great feeling when it happens, and you know the people, and you've interviewed the people that it's happened to, and it's getting me prepared to move up, hopefully one day, to be on the biggest stage.
So what would you say is like your dream job now that you've kind of done Marywood sports and you do like focusing on like national sports? Where do you see yourself after, you know, you're a senior, so where do you see yourself after graduation? I really like producing now too, on the other side of it, producing and the production aspect of it. And I wouldn't mind producing my own 30 for 30 film. ESPN has a great set of films called 30 for 30, and it just takes these historic moments in sports and tells a beautiful story with them and really gets to the heart of the story, the personality. Why should I care about this particular, and non-sports fans love them too, but that's what I would want to do. That's what I would set my heart to do. But even just being on camera and being in front of the camera, a personality, an analyst, a play-by-play guy, I still have to kind of test the market, but I have a lot of options.
Right. Talking about play-by-play, you also do some Marywood. When it's basketball season, you do some play-by-play. How'd you get into doing that?
Well, Nick Mack, he graduated, I think, 4 years ago now. He originally did it, and he took me under his wing and said, yeah, it's going to be like 70. He was the play-by-play. I was the color commentator. I was supposed to talk 30% of the time. The first game, we hit it off, and it was kind of like 60-40, you know, almost 50-50. And we just had great chemistry, and that's how I fell in love with doing it. Right. And I've been doing it for now, what, a year and a half, 2 years. Mm-hmm. And when you get to call a game and something happens, something crazy happens, a big block, a big three-point shot, it's amazing. It's incredible to be in the moment.
Right, and now that, you know, you said that you're kind of liking the producing side of it, and I think you're kind of showing that in your senior seminar project, right? So can you tell us a little bit about what that is?
Well, it's a documentary about Kyle Lasher. He's a Dunmore High School football player. He's a senior this year, and he's graduating in a month, a little over a month, and he actually got national recognition from the NFL Films, who came in and did a 7-minute feature piece on him. It was about him. He's a deaf athlete. He happens to be deaf, profoundly deaf since he was born. And the NFL Films found it fascinating, and everybody finds it fascinating. And they came in and did a 7-minute piece. He got national recognition. But I want to dig a little bit deeper because I think you can only do so much with 7 minutes. I want to do 60 minutes. And that's not necessarily my senior project. I'm doing a trailer teaser, but I'm hoping to premiere it in January of 2018. I'm hoping to dig deeper and get inside of his mind more, in his parents' mind, because you only have so many sound bites for 7 minutes. And I want to give these people time to tell his story and more. There is more to the story. Believe me, there's more to the story than what you saw in the NFL Films, and people can Google it or look it up on Facebook. But that's what I want to do. I want to tell a story. It's like an ESPN 30 for 30 almost, what I want to do. And it's been a lot of twists and turns, craziness, and I could talk more about it. But it was a crazy idea, and it's working out, kind of. And now I'm moving a slightly different direction, but I'm hoping that it all works out in the end.
Sounds like you're really getting your fingers in there for the world of being a journalist and producer, but we're going to find out some more about your project.
We are going to get more into talking about that project, so we will be right back after this to talk more with John.
Okay.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
You're doing great. We're gonna try this again, okay?
Okay.
Wheels, pedals, handlebar, brakes. Sit up straight, keep your weight in the center, keep your eyes on the road, hands on the grips, button the seat. If we feel ourselves falling, what do?
Just keep
pedaling. Good girl. Now remember, it's all about balance and steering. Steer with your hands, steer with your body. Steer into the corners and you stay out of trouble. And the bell's your buddy, so go ahead and ding that. All right, ready? Here we go. Pedal, honey, pedal. There you go, you're a bike rider.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here.
We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, babe.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back. John Ferraro was just telling us about his latest project. So, senior, you're already a senior here at Marywood, and you're really into sports, and you're pretty much working all that together for your senior sign project. Can you tell us a little bit more about your project?
And I gave you a little bit of a general overview, but I found Kyle, and I found his story. I was going to do a Marywood story, but I have been so just ingratiated with Marywood sports and been writing all this stuff about Marywood sports. And I was trying to figure out an idea, and through a contact at my mom's place of work, she knew his aunt, and she's like, you should do a documentary on this kid. Every time his aunt talks about him, she starts crying. And I'm thinking, whoa, okay, slow down. What's going on with him? And he said, well, he's a great athlete, happens to be deaf, local. I said, that's a great idea because I can reach so many markets with his story. The deaf community, the local community, the sports community, people in general just want to see a great story unfold before their eyes. So I found him, I talked to his parents, I talked to him, and they were on board with it from the word go. They were on board with doing it. They wanted to say a lot. And I actually interviewed his parents for, I think, 2.5 hours.
Wow.
And I'm thinking I'm going to go back and do more. But it's really fascinating to see how people react when you come with an idea that you want to showcase, you want to kind of open up their life for everybody else. It's an interesting dynamic, their response to it, and then you trying to kind of sell them the idea. Mm-hmm. Like, tell me about your life. Open up to me, and then hundreds and hopefully thousands of people who are going to get to watch it.
So let me get this straight. You're making an entire film about this deaf student who's an athlete's life or their experience?
Yeah.
Okay.
The kind of what the gist is, and it's changed recently, but we're gonna show that, you know, the NFL Films came in. They did a magnificent job. I was actually at one of the games, and I saw them filming. It was a Dunmore Old Forge game, a minute away from Marywood, Dunmore High School, right around the corner. And they had a crew, they had 7 or 8 people, a boom mic. They were a well-oiled machine, and they did a fantastic job in showcasing Kyle. But what you didn't see was what he was feeling and what the parents were feeling. And I don't want to reveal too much, but it's shocking. And people are going to want to see it because it's just a different take on his experience in that short time with the NFL Films, extended over a long period of time.
So what are you kind of hoping that the audience reaction is?
I'm hoping, hope that, I mean, we take hearing for granted, and that no matter what kind of, and it's not a disability, he doesn't look at it like that. The deaf community doesn't look at deafness as a disability. It's just not. But anything that could, I guess, get in your way or be an obstacle, I don't even want to use that word, but for us, we would take an injury or something like that and just overcome it. Hope, I think, to look a little bit deeper, it's not always what it seems on its surface, and that's what you see with the NFL Films. It was a great piece, but it's not what it always seems like. There's always more.
So what is kind of driving you throughout this whole thing? Like you said, it's just started out as a trailer. Now you want to make it something bigger. So what is kind of driving you forward?
I've never been more passionate about this film than I've been more passionate about this than anything else I've done. I love the Woodward, I love TVM, but I've never felt more passionate about telling somebody's story. That's why I mentioned about being a producer, because I want to tell people stories. I want to, tell their story their way, how they want to express themselves to the rest of the world. And I think that's what's driving me. Every class I take, I try to incorporate a little bit of something in it, whether it be a documentary treatment or a marketing plan or something like that. And Marywood's helped me through that. So yeah, it's just been, that's what's driving me, him. He's the driving force behind it. I want to tell his story the right way.
Right, and that's such a great thing, because you clearly have that passion and drive. Once this project's done and you're graduating, what more projects do you want to do, kind of bouncing off this? Well,
this is going to take a long time. I'm planning on the summer to film it. I'm interning locally with the local baseball team, Rail Riders, and I'm going to be working on the documentary half and half, edit it in the fall, and then premiere it in January. But after that, I'm in grad school. I would love another project, but I have to finish this one first. And I am going back down to his future university as well in the fall. So it's a lot of work into one project before I start thinking about the next. But if somebody comes to me, an athlete, just a person, to tell their story, I like sports, so it would be nice if it was another athlete, but if it's a person, I just want to tell their story and the way they want to express themselves on camera. I want them to open up to me for me to tell it the right way. I don't want anything held back at all.
Really great. We'll be right back. When we return, the iconic grunge rock band, 2 members from Grace's Downfall, will be joining us, so stay tuned.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent. We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the eye.
I am a witness. I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
So who's gonna do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice.
And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Tonight we have 2 members from a fantastic band. They are right from the town of Scranton, and they have been quite a popular rock band over the years. They have played throughout northeastern Pennsylvania, and they just said their final goodbyes back in February. Now with us in the studio is Ken and Mark from Grace's Downfall. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves and kind of say what you guys done in Grace's downfall?
I am Mark Yanish, and I play guitar.
You can. I sing.
So you guys...
Yeah, it's very exciting.
It's always the great reaction. So you guys have kind of had this band since 2005, way back. How did it get started?
Our friend Drew and his cousin Eric were actually friends, and they were trying to jam. That's how me and Mark actually met, through doing that, through mutual friends.
Yeah.
And then me and Mark kind of took it where it was going.
So how has it kind of grown now over the years? And I mean, you guys did just say your final goodbyes.
I mean, we never really had like super goals. I mean, we had pretty much just have fun and see how far it can go.
Yeah.
You know, like we've played Montage Mountain, like we've played like the Fuzz Fest, like we've played like Uproar Festival. You know what I mean? Like in Warped Tour and all that. Like we did some really cool stuff. You know, and to say it was a failure, you can't. You know, we put out 3 great albums.
Right.
Locally, I mean, they went like top charts for like the Gallery Sound. Well, thank you. But I mean, like that. You know, we did okay. You know, and after 12 years, I mean, it's a long ride. You know, for 12 years. So it's just time that we go ahead, and now we're just looking to do other things and have, you know, enjoy ourselves.
So, Mark, what has the past 12 years kind of been like for you?
I had a lot of fun. I just went with it at all times, you know, just playing a lot, and I always enjoyed the stage. I always enjoyed the studio and stuff like that, writing music, and just, I mean, we played with a lot of cool musicians over the years. So, like he was saying, not really goal oriented, just kind of just got a good band together and just went with it and just, you know, see where it goes.
What would you say has been like your favorite part of it?
Some of the stages that we played on, definitely. In the studio. I love being in the studio. Right. Yeah, like playing Montage Mountain and stuff like that. Warped Tour was really fun.
We played some like really big shows with a lot of really cool like big bands, which was a lot of fun. You know, we played with like Seether and like Breaking Ben and stuff, like a lot of really cool things.
So you guys are labeled as a genre of grunge rock. So how do you kind of find your sound with that?
We all kind of listened when we first started. We all listened to like different music. Mark did a lot of like hippie stuff, but he also did a lot of like hardcore rock, and I listened to like Pearl Jam, Hootie and the Blowfish, and like Alice in Chains and stuff. So I mean, we all kind of found like our happy medium in the middle there, and it was that's kind of how our music came out. We really didn't want to.
Everybody was drastically different.
Yeah, we didn't really, you know, to say like some albums sounded lighter, some sounded heavier, you know, a lot of different sounds because of everything we were influenced by.
That's really beautiful, coming together.
We never really sat and was like, we're going to be a rock band. It was kind of like, it just, I don't know, kind of, the sound kind of just gravitated towards it.
Yeah, however the songs came out after we, however the songs came out after we wrote them is how they came out. We didn't really go in going, we're going to be this band. We didn't really want to be that. We just wanted to have a good time. We did.
That's always, of course, a plus to have a fun time. So kind of what has been your inspirations? I know you guys both said that you are on kind of 2 different levels of genres that you listen to. What is your inspiration when it comes to songwriting?
It comes to songwriting, life, everything I go through. I try to keep my songs honest. You know what I mean? I've tried writing like the, I don't want to say fairy tale songs, but I mean like the songs that really don't mean much to you. You can kind of hear it when you record them, and I've always tried to keep it personal. I'm pretty good at keeping my stuff caged through life and not talking about it. So when you write an album, like you'll learn more about, like they say, you'll learn more about me when you listen to my albums than you will talking to me, and that's the God's honest truth. Like if you listen to our songs, it's an open book.
Is that kind of what you want out of your, like what do you kind of want out of your album?
Out of our albums, I mean, music is you want people to enjoy it, but it's really much more a release for you. And that's how it's always been for me, is it's been a release for me to go ahead and write songs and enjoy it and get some stuff out of my head and put it on paper, and you feel better, you know. And if people can relate to it, they can relate to it. Like I wrote songs, you know, about my mom, and then like other people go ahead and write me like these messages on Facebook like, oh my God, that song was tremendous and it helped me get through this. And you're just like, well, that wasn't really, you know, I'm glad, you know, and you just kind of have to say like, you know, you're welcome. But at the same time, I was like, wow, you know, it's just cool how you get through to people through your own struggles.
So Mark, what is songwriting kind of like for you now with that process?
Just saying there, I was like, I really, I don't know if I could say it now. I really didn't. I've just always been a guitar player, and I just always wrote and, you know, tracked everything, and always did videos and kept them on the computer and stuff. And I can't say I really had inspiration. It's just what I did.
When we were younger, we had some really good inspiration. A lot of good inspiration.
But no, I just can't say it. I'm sorry. I didn't. But that's really it. I just love music and enjoy playing guitar, and there was nothing. I can't say I was inspired by other music, some of my favorite bands and stuff like that. Like I'd be listening to a band and then get a riff in my head or something and track it out, record it, and then maybe like archive it for a little while, and then when we'd be working on a CD, bring some stuff out. But there was no real, there was no process to it or anything. It would just be like some days I would write, and then I wouldn't write for like 3 months, and then one day I'd be like, oh, I'll grab my guitar, I have ideas. Like they would just randomly pop out of nowhere. But there wasn't. I can't say I was really inspired by too many things besides other music that I was listening to, and that's about it. I can't top that. His is much more personal. I'm just like, I just play guitar and I just wrote things.
Well, the thing about it is though too, like he would write the guitar lines. Like Mark would filter the songs through his head, and like I would draw my emotion from what he did. And he may not have had anything at the time he was writing about, but what he wrote and how I felt about came together, and that's kind of how the music went together.
Great, awesome.
I always enjoyed the process of like layering some of the stuff too. Like once we got the basics of it down, then putting like leads over it, and then maybe writing solos and adding little stuff in the studio. And that's what I was kind of inspired by the process and the work, right? That's kind of a different way to put it.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, so we're going to take a short break,
okay.
But don't go anywhere. The band will still be here when we get back. So, yeah, that was really good.
That was great.
Yeah.
Is it off?
Yeah.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Alvin and the Chipmunks want to remind you, bacteria can hide in food and make you ill.
Wow.
But you can keep bacteria from ruining your day with 4 simple steps. Clean.
I'm waiting for the rinse cycle.
Separate. Cook. And chill.
We chipmunks are notoriously tidy.
Check your steps. The road trip to food safety starts at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back to Late Night Marywood. We are joined with 2 members from the rock band Grace's Downfall. We have Ken and we have Mark. So you guys are currently on a hiatus, or you are currently
saying your final goodbye.
Yes, as a band.
Yeah.
So you guys produced and put out 3 albums in the past 12 years. Can you tell us a little bit about maybe the first and second album?
The first album, we didn't really know, went into writing music. Like we always wrote, but like we'd have like 40 parts and be like, all right, we have a song.
Yeah.
We didn't. We just had 40 parts that didn't make sense. But we produced with Brett Alexander
and Paul Young.
Yeah,
in the beginning.
And they helped us write music. They helped us get an idea.
Taught us the ins and outs of things and how to approach it and how to make a better song. How to take what you think might be a better song and kind of structure it better.
But I mean, like the first album from the third album are drastically different. I mean, like the first album, we were kids. I mean, we were like your guys' age. We were like 20. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, like. But I mean, like we were like 20 years old writing that album, and it shows. And as we got older, I mean, you tend to learn how to write music, and you tend to get a little better at it. And we took a lot less input and a little more of our own, and that's how we did it. And because you learn how to write music, you learn what's
Each
good
one was
and
a
what's
little
not.
bit different too, because there was different. We rotated band members a lot over the years and stuff like that. So that always played into the album sounding different.
Right.
So I don't think there was the same 2 people on.
No, we had we had
different
me, you,
time.
Matt, and Nat on the first 2. They were on the first 2, and then the third
those
one was.
guys took over and played it.
So have the albums, I know before you were saying that a lot of like the inspiration came just from your life. So has the first to the third album changed drastically because of things that have happened through your life?
Yes. The first album, I mean, a lot of it was, I wrote about, I had a kid. I was younger, and I had my first daughter, Elena. And that's kind of what I was going through. She wasn't born yet, and that's kind of those ideas of flowing and being scared to like death. I was. I mean, I didn't, know about how to be a dad, but that was the first album. The third album was a lot different because I wasn't going through that anymore. Right. You know what I mean? And it was more of a life struggle about how life was playing out at that time, and that's kind of how the third album came out. The first one was very light, as in like, the tones of it and all that, and the last album was a little more dark because of just the undertones of what I was going through, and that's pretty much how they played out.
Right. And now you guys just played your last show in February.
Yeah.
So how did that go, and how was that kind of 12 years wrapping it up now?
There's about
The show was ridiculous.
500 and some people there in a bar that holds
packed, yeah.
200.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like 5 hours straight.
It was like 106 in the room.
It was nice.
But I mean, it was packed, and everybody was into it, and everybody was enjoying themselves, and we enjoyed ourselves.
Right.
Which was mostly like what it was about for us was, let's go out here, and you know, we had our original band members come back, and they played, and it was honestly, it was a great way to just call it.
So now that you guys kind of did wrap things up, I was kind of going through your Facebook page, and everyone was commenting saying, is there any future? Is there any, you know, is this just a break, or is this it for forever? Where you guys kind of stand with that?
It's pretty much over.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
pretty
doing
good.
some cool things right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty set, and I'm pretty happy with how the 12 years went. I mean, if we come back, I mean, you got to give us at least 2-3 years, you know, because we just have a lot going on, and we've had this thing where we can't just find a fourth member, so it kind of just made it like less desirable, and we just kind of went ahead and I don't want to do this. I got more stuff I could be doing with my time, more important things to do. You know what I mean?
Leave
like,
it on the, you know, the high note that we remembered it
right.
as, instead
I mean,
of
like,
you know, trying again and it like just failing.
Yeah, you know, you wouldn't keep going and doing this if you hated it.
Right.
You know.
Well, we
Plus it was the
wish
constant
you
gigging.
the best of luck with all your side projects.
Thank you.
We are running out of time, and we thank you guys for joining us, but we aren't done yet because these two fantastic gentlemen will be performing right here live in the studio after this.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent. We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the eye.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Welcome back to Late Night Marywood. Get ready to rock because here performing their song Lost Time, please welcome Grace's Downfall.
I woke up on a cold April day to get you. You're gone. Confused, why were you taking from me when I've done no wrong? You broke my heart. What did I do to have to live my life without you? I have to find an answer to take you away. Without you, I'm incomplete. The summer games, still you're missing from my life. No goodbye. I'm sad and sick from all the time I missed and I hurt inside. The seasons change, months pass by without a glance into your eyes. Every minute you cross my mind, my heart beats from the lost time. Please don't cry. Please don't cry. Although I can't be with you, in my memory you stay. The greatest love I've ever known, they'll never take away. Please don't cry. The summer games, still you're missing from my life. No goodbye. And someday you'll be back with me and I'll be complete. Yeah. Life will change. It takes time. Someday soon we'll be just fine. Hold your hand. We are fine. You're my strength. You are my pride. Please don't cry. Please don't cry. Although I can't be with you, in my memory you stayed. The greatest love I've ever known, they will not take away. Please don't cry.
Stay tuned for another performance right after this.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Alvin and the Chipmunks want to remind you, bacteria can hide in food and make you ill.
Wow.
But you can keep bacteria from ruining your day with 4 simple steps. Clean.
I'm waiting for the rinse cycle.
Separate. Cook. And chill.
We chipmunks are notoriously tidy.
Check your steps. The road trip to food safety starts at foodsafety.gov.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Right, mi cariño. So like I said, everything I learned about cooking, I learned from Grandma's empanadas. Shall we go again?
Yep.
Mix the beef with the onions with the peppers with the paprika with the garlic with the oregano with the cumin. Got it?
Got it.
Throw in the olives, stir, season, stir again, pour out the flour, roll out the dough, make a circle, drop in a fistful of filling, fold over, press down, and ta-da!
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
Thank you again for joining us again on Late Night Marywood. We're almost out of time, but before we go, here's Walk Always by Grace's Downfall.
Let's talk it out on a selfish doubt. And this is our way, and I'm going nowhere. Can you taste that certain value? Of all the things that you've shown me, and of all the love we could have shared. Then you left me here with nothing. Was almost like you didn't care. So I walk away, yeah, to make things better, yeah. And I walk away, I won't be back so. And I've said goodbyes, that'll be my last. I dream about you and about our past. We lived our lives way too fast, yeah. So and every time you would get close, you would shy of like you were scared. And then you left me up so cold and empty, and feeling like you were never there. So I walk away, Thank you guys for having us.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Make it a great week. See you next Monday.
So that was really good. We have you a water now.
Yeah,
so you can